Picture this. The 83rd minute of the game. Your team is 1 goal down. Every single eye is fixed on you. The stadium is filled with terrifying whistles and jeers, and the damn ball keeps slipping away from your feet every few seconds as if the ground beneath you is trembling. Your hands are frozen, your heart is beating so fast you can hear it in your ears. Maybe you've experienced this before. Maybe in an important meeting, maybe during a life-changing exam, maybe when you're speaking in front of a large crowd and suddenly your mind goes blank. That moment when stress hits you like a massive wave and consumes your entire being. In those moments, most people, even professionals, experience psychological paralysis. Their minds lock up, their bodies shut down, they lose control of their limbs. But there's one person who, precisely in these moments, delivers the most brilliant performances in history. Lionel Messi, the man who, in the hardest moments of his life, created the greatest track record in history. But the question is, how? What's the secret to Messi's calmness in the most critical moments? What makes him not only not crumble when everyone else is falling apart, but actually shine? Today, we're going to uncover this secret. A secret that applies not just to football, but to every single one of us in our daily lives, a potential lifesaver. Imagine Messi, that kid who was always shorter than everyone else since childhood, always the last one picked for teams, always overshadowed by the taller, stronger kids. But there was something in him that others didn't have. A strange look at stress, a different relationship with pressure, a deep understanding that stress isn't an enemy, but could be your greatest ally. At 10 years old, when doctors told him he could never play football again because of a glandular disease, when everyone said to give up on his dreams, that day, in the darkest point of his life, precisely there, the brightest decision came to his mind. He decided to listen to no one. He decided that every single day, on the streets of Argentina, with an old worn-out ball, he would repeat a single move thousands of times. Not to prove anything to anyone, not to impress anyone, but to prove to himself that he could do it. And this was where Messi taught us the first great lesson of life. When talent fails you, it's daily discipline that turns a person into a legend. But this is just the beginning. Let's dive a little deeper into Messi's mind. Something that perhaps few people have noticed is that Messi on the field is always the calmest person in the stadium. In games where everyone is running, screaming, fighting, he's like an island of peace. As if this isn't the most important game of his life. No, quite the opposite. Precisely because of that, he's calm. Messi has discovered a great secret. He's learned to lock his mind in the present moment. In a famous interview, when asked what went through his mind during that crucial free kick, he said, "Nothing. I just saw the ball and the goal. Not the 100,000 spectators, not the importance of the game, not history, none of it. Just the ball and the goal." What does this mean? It means Messi teaches us that the greatest enemy of our performance is a mind that constantly thinks about the future and the past. About tomorrow, about what happens if I lose, what happens if I win, about people's opinions, about what the newspapers will say, everything except what you need to do right now. And this is exactly what creates the gap between us and our best performance. Where does stress come from? From a mind that's predicting, creating scenarios, worrying about the future. But Messi, in those moments, turns his mind off. He just reacts, like a computer that only executes commands, without thinking about the outcome, without worrying about making mistakes. And this is a skill we can all learn. Now let's talk about one of Messi's most important lessons, transforming stress into energy. Let me share a scientific secret with you. In our brains, stress and excitement travel through exactly the same pathway. Both release a hormone called adrenaline. Both raise your heart rate. Both make your breathing faster. The only difference is in how we interpret it. If you tell your body this is stress, your body shuts down. If you tell it this is excitement, your body prepares for peak performance. And Messi is a master of this mental game. He sees pressure not as a threat, but as an opportunity to shine, to show what they've been building in training. Let me give you an example. In the 2022 World Cup final, when Argentina was 2 goals ahead of France and everyone thought the game was over, suddenly France scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. The match was tied. The stadium froze. All the Argentine players were shocked. But Messi, not only was he not shocked, it was as if a spark was ignited within him. From that moment on, He delivered his best minutes of the game. Incredible passes, breathtaking dribbles, and ultimately that goal that put Argentina ahead again. Messi showed in that moment that great people, in the hardest moments, are their best selves. Not because of luck, not because of raw talent, but because of a specific mindset, a deep belief that I was made for these moments. Let's talk a bit about Messi's daily habits. You might not believe this, but Messi is one of the most disciplined people on earth. Not just in training, but in everything. His sleep, his diet, his workouts, everything follows a precise schedule. Why? Because Messi knows that calmness in critical moments comes from right there, from daily habits, from the discipline you have in your everyday life. When your daily life is chaotic, when you have no routine, when your eating is irregular, when you don't sleep well, how can you expect to be calm and perform your best in critical moments? Your brain, even under normal conditions without stress, is dealing with daily disorganization. Now you want it to make the best decisions in a crisis. Messi teaches us that calmness in big moments starts from the small moments, from those daily choices, from those seemingly insignificant decisions. And this is a great lesson for all of us. If you want to be calm in important meetings, you need to be calm at home. If you want to perform your best in exams, you need to be disciplined in your daily study. If you want to endure life's crises, you need to have discipline in your ordinary days. Calmness in difficult moments comes from those simple daily habits, from those repetitive, seemingly boring tasks. Another point about Messi that's rarely discussed is his relationship with failure. Messi has lost plenty in his career. World Cup finals, Copa America finals, plenty of important games. But the interesting thing is that every time he lost, he came back stronger. Not because he forgot about the loss, no, quite the opposite. Because he accepted the loss, made peace with it, learned from it. Messi never used defeat as an excuse. He never said it was his fault or anyone else's fault. He just said, okay, next time will be better. And this is a remarkable perspective. In psychology, this is called a growth mindset, the belief that abilities and talents aren't fixed, that we can grow, we can become better. And Messi is the perfect example of this mindset in the history of sports. He teaches us that defeat is not the end of the road, it's a stepping stone to higher peaks. If you failed in your life, if you failed in a project, if you failed in a relationship, remember that Messi has also failed, many times. But he never let his failures destroy his self-image. He never let his failures undermine his belief in himself. Now let's go one step further. I want to tell you another secret about Messi, a secret that might change your life. Messi on the field is always looking for a solution, not a culprit. In those critical moments when everyone is screaming at each other, protesting to the referee, cursing each other out, Messi is thinking about a solution. He's looking for an opening, an opportunity, a move. And this is a huge difference between successful people and ordinary people. Ordinary people, when caught in a crisis, start blaming others, circumstances, luck, everything except themselves. But successful people like Messi put all their energy into finding a solution, into finding a way out of that crisis. And this is exactly what sets Messi apart. He teaches us that in the toughest moments, instead of putting your energy into figuring out whose fault it is, put it into figuring out what you can do. Instead of looking for someone to blame, look for a solution. Instead of drowning in emotions, look for a practical action. And this is a tremendous lesson for all of us, in the workplace, in personal relationships, everywhere we face crisis. Let's talk about Messi's focus. On the field, it's as if he has a powerful filter that removes everything except the ball and the goal, the spectators, the noise, the opponents, the referee, everything. This is an extraordinary skill called selective attention, choosing what to pay attention to and what to ignore. And Messi is a master of this. In those critical moments, when everyone is screaming, when the pressure is at its peak, he can keep his mind focused on that one thing he needs to do. And this is something we can practice. How? Through simple daily exercises, meditation, focusing on your breath, practicing presence in the moment. Messi shows us that focus is a muscle we need to strengthen, every day, every moment. And when that muscle becomes strong, no pressure or stress can break your concentration. Now let's talk about another important topic, Messi's relationship with his team. On the field, he never sees himself as separate from the team. He's always looking to help others, to pass, to create opportunities. And this is one of the secrets to his calmness. When you know you're not alone, when you know you have a team behind you, the stress is less, the pressure feels lighter. And Messi knows this well. He teaches us that in difficult moments, instead of isolating yourself, instead of thinking everything depends on you alone, lean on others, ask for help, trust them. And this is a great lesson for all of us, in the workplace, at home, everywhere. We humans are social creatures, and in difficult moments, the presence of others, the support of others, can be our greatest source of peace. Messi knows this well. That's why he always praises his team, always says his success is thanks to others. Another point that perhaps hasn't received enough attention is that Messi never doubted himself. Even in the toughest moments, even when everyone predicted his failure, even when everyone said it was over, he believed in himself, believed in his path, believed in what he had built. And this wasn't blind faith. It was faith based on years of practice, years of effort, years of persistence. Messi knew that if he did his job in that moment, he would get results, because he had done that same thing thousands of times in training. And this is an important lesson. Real self-confidence comes from where? From preparation, from repetition, from practice, from persistence. Messi teaches us that if you want to trust yourself in difficult moments, you need to do your work properly in ordinary moments. You need to be prepared. You need to practice. You need to build yourself. And when that difficult moment comes, it's time to trust that preparation. Not luck, not raw talent, but what you've built. Now let's summarize all these lessons. Messi taught us that calmness in difficult moments comes from several things. First, daily discipline, good habits, planning. Second, focus on the present moment, letting go of the past and future. Third, belief in yourself, faith in what you've built. Fourth, accepting failure and learning from it. Fifth, leaning on others, on your team, on collective support. And sixth, transforming stress into excitement, changing how we view pressure. And most importantly, Messi taught us that the greatest moments in life happen in the most difficult circumstances. Those moments when you feel like you're falling apart, those are precisely the moments when you can shine. If you can stay calm, if you can trust yourself, if instead of drowning in fear, you look for a solution. And this isn't the end of Messi's story, this is the beginning of a path for you. From tomorrow, from right now, you can start building that calmness, practicing that focus, strengthening that self-confidence. And when the day comes when you find yourself in the most difficult moment of your life, remember that Messi delivered the greatest performances in history in those very moments, not because he was special, but because he was prepared. Because he had built himself. And you can too. You can be your best version in the hardest moments of your life. You just need to believe. You just need to be prepared. You just need to stop doubting yourself and start building. So let's start from today, from this very moment. Take the first step toward building that calmness, strengthening that focus, reaching that self-confidence. Because one day, you'll need all of it, and on that day, you'll want to be like Messi, not like everyone else.